the disconnect between how men and women show affection. Welcome to Hidden Facts Academy. I care so much about this person, so why doesn't it seem to get through? I don't feel valued, but it's not like they're doing nothing. If you've ever felt this way, you're far from alone. You have genuine feelings for someone, but they don't land. This often has less to do with how much you care and more to do with differences in how affection gets expressed. In this video, we'll break down the tendencies men and women show when expressing affection and the mechanism behind the disconnect that follows, drawing on research in psychology. One thing to note up front, everything here describes general tendencies, and individual variation is real. On this channel, we deliver knowledge like this, from the world of trivia and science every time, so that you can come back and review it later. Go ahead and subscribe and turn on notifications right now. Now let's get into the main topic, how men tend to show affection. A study by Elizabeth Schoenfeld at the University of Texas followed 168 couples over 13 years and found that when men expressed love, it most commonly showed up as doing things together or being useful through action. Men tend to show affection through behavior. Let's go for a drive. Tell me if you need anything. I've got that. The words might be brief, but behind them is often the feeling of, I want to be near you, or I want to do something for you. When a partner shares a problem, men also tend to respond by offering solutions. Here's what I'd try. Let's do it this way. This isn't coldness, it comes from a genuine desire to be helpful. Another common expression of affection is quietly absorbing someone else's burden, carrying the heavy bag, looking things up in advance, handling the bill without a fuss. These aren't dramatic gestures, but they come from genuinely caring about the other person. Put simply, for men, affection tends to show up in actions more than words. How women tend to show affection. The same study found that when women expressed love, it more commonly involved checking in on how the other person was feeling and seeking emotional connection. Women tend to show affection through words and attentiveness. Are you okay? How did it go? That sounds like it was really hard. These aren't just pleasantries. They reflect genuine interest and a desire to maintain emotional closeness. Women also tend to remember things a partner mentioned earlier and act on them. You said that was important to you, so I knew you liked this, so. The fact that someone has been quietly paying attention naturally surfaces in how they speak and act. Research also shows that women tend to express emotions like warmth, joy, and care more frequently through words and facial expression. That makes me so happy. Thank you. I'm glad you thought of me. This isn't excessive emotion, it's one way of actively maintaining connection. Put simply, for women, affection tends to show up in words and empathy more than action. 3 points where the disconnect happens. Let's look at where exactly these different tendencies create friction. The first is the gap between action and words. Some people feel, I do so much, why can't they see it? Others feel they might be doing things, but without words, I don't really know where I stand. The person expressing through action believes the action itself is the proof of their feelings. The person who needs words feels like, without them, they can't be sure the feelings are there at all. Neither one is wrong. The expressions just look different. Two people in the same relationship missing each other. The second is how differently people respond to problems. When someone opens up about something difficult, one type of person immediately moves toward solutions. Another type wants to feel heard first, to have their feelings acknowledged before anything else. Offering solutions is an act of goodwill. I want to help. But if what the other person needed was empathy, the solution can feel like, you're not really listening to me. From the other direction, they keep offering advice, but I don't feel understood. Neither intention is bad. The disconnect still happens. The third is what it means to simply be together. For some people, being in the same space is enough. For others, being physically present without emotional exchange leaves something missing. Two people in the same room can have completely different experiences of that moment. One person feels connected just by being side by side. The other feels connected only when something feelings is exchanged. 3 ways to close the gap. So what can actually help reduce this disconnect? The first is to observe how your partner expresses affection. Pay a little attention to when and how your partner tends to show that they care. Are they someone who uses a lot of words, or someone who shows it through what they do? That observation can open up moments of recognition. Maybe that was their way of showing they cared. Simply realizing that their affection was arriving in a different form than you expected can change how you see the relationship. The second is to put your own needs into words. Telling your partner what makes you feel cared for is important. Expecting them to just know is one of the most common sources of disconnection. When I'm struggling, I'd love to feel heard before we talk about solutions. Sometimes hearing it in words really helps me feel secure. This isn't making demands, it's sharing preferences, so you can actually meet each other. Research shows that people who feel their partner expresses affection in ways that resonate with them tend to report higher relationship satisfaction. The third is to consider the intent behind what your partner does. When your partner's behavior doesn't match what you were hoping for, try not to jump straight to, "they must not care." Sit with the question of why they might have done what they did. That behavior might have been their version of showing affection. Holding that possibility open, even just a little, can change how you receive it. Finally, disconnection in relationships usually isn't about whether the feelings are there. It's about a mismatch between how they're expressed and how they're received. Men tend to show affection through action. Women tend to show it through words and empathy. Knowing this alone can change how you read the people around you. If any part of today's content felt like it applied to you, let me know in the comments. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do so here so you don't miss the next video. See you in the next one.